Welcome. This is a 10-minute challenging workout for busy people. So I know you have a lot to get to, but you still want a very effective workout. So this one will be a big challenge. Take breaks as necessary, change things up as necessary. And go ahead and hit subscribe and then join me on your mat. Okay, welcome. I'm going to start our 10-minute timer. So come into a plank pose. We'll work on creating a little heat here in this plank pose. You're not lifting or sagging, but nice in between. If you feel this in your low back, lift your pelvis a little higher, and then instead of reaching your tailbone up, drape it down just a little bit, breathing here. You can stay with this or add shoulder taps. So one hand tapping other shoulder. And if you want to make it a little easier, separate the feet a little bit wider so that you have a little more balance. All right, and then adding on, tapping the front of your hips. Letting yourself cross under you, under that midline with your arms. It's really good for our brains, really good to change up our movement so that we're not always just going straight out from the arm, but crossing underneath. All right, hold into a plank, inhale, exhale. Bend one knee, and we'll start to do some slow pushes. The modification for this is right here, or even knee right underneath the hip. Pressing, and we're not wobbling or lifting and lowering the pelvis again. We're keeping it pretty steady so that we're working our posterior chain, glutes, hamstrings, back, and of course, the anterior core as well, and shoulders. Foot down, other side. Again, feel free to come down to the knees at any time. Hopefully your shoulders are burning by now, and we're getting them a lot of really nice work. Stay in your breathing and trust yourself that you're actually stronger than you think you are. And we can do a lot of things if it's just 10 minutes, right? And now it's only 8 minutes and 11 seconds. Put that left foot down. Stretch it back into a downward facing dog. Bend your knees, walk your fingertips back. Okay, so if jumping doesn't work, you will walk or march, maybe jump to the top of your mat, fast feet back. Jump, I'm using my arms, fast feet back. Hop. You're always landing with bent knees, fast legs, fast twitch muscle fiber. And swing. And hop. Okay, pause here, breathe. Little pulse. If you want to add more, take your arms up. Less hands to the heart or to the waist. Little lift and lower. You're thinking of taking the glutes further back more so than the knees forward. So hinge at that hip crease. Breathing here. All right, adding on. Right hand is going to touch the left heel. So you're going to come up, right hand, left heel, back to your squat. Other side, left hand, right heel, squat. And so find your alternating movement. Easier will be, again, hands at your heart or your waist. Harder, more difficult, arms starting up and landing back and forth with the feet. Breathing the full time. Doesn't take much to really get that heart rate up, right? Hold in your squat. Take your arms back, shoulder blades onto the back, working the triceps now, pressing up and down. If you want to add a little bit more in the legs, lift your heels. It's going to work your balance more, calves. Fire up the legs a little differently. Whoop. Keep those heels lifted if you can. Pulsing, it's definitely a balance. 3, 2, 1, hands down. Plank pose, hold it here. Stretch out the legs just a little bit, breathe, and then circle your right knee, big and slow underneath you. Nice and big and slow. Doesn't matter which direction because we're going to reverse it. So reverse your rotation. Back to full plank. And then other side. Slow, large rotation. We're at 5 minutes and 46 seconds. Reverse your rotation. Breathing the whole time, not holding the breath. Those larger muscle groups really need your breath right now. Back to plank pose. Again, bend your knees. Walk the fingertips back into your chair pose. Reach up. Okay, press to stand. Inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind you or hands to your waist. Just get a nice opening for the heart. And then shake that out. This time we'll be landing at the top of our mat with our feet. So come into your plank pose, take your hands closer together. Bend the knees and start to find a spring action. You might have to walk the feet, or if you can, hop. We're just gonna go back and forth with our frog hops here. So much core, so much power in the legs, and of course you've got that upper body working. If you're only hopping part of the way, that's great, just hop part of the way. Feel those inner thighs activating, always landing with what? Yes, bent knees. All right, downward dog, separate the hands, soften the neck, deep breath in, big sigh out. Take the ball joints of your feet to touching, bend your knees to the left, hips to the right, press the heart back. Center, heels up, other side, knees to the right, hips to the left, press back. Bending in the twist. Continue with that, knees to one side, hips to the other, pressing back, opening the shoulders, lengthening the spine, really working the legs. Heart rate should be way up. Stay with it. Remember, it's only 10 minutes, so we want it to be super effective, and we don't want to give ourselves a lot of recovery time. All right, downward facing dog. This time, hands are going to come back again to the feet, and we're going to take some hops up, press back, hop up, press back. You can do this like this instead of hopping. Press back with the arms. Really spring up. 2, 1, hold, 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 breathe, keeping the knees bent, and slowly come to Scandinavia. Feels like that. Not quite, a little warmer than that. Okay, from here, walk forward into your plank pose. Hold in that plank for a moment. Okay, this time, we're gonna do some out and in hops. So you can do this wider or closer. I wouldn't go way too wide on this one. And then we're gonna change it to out, in, forward, back. Out, in, forward, back. So we're sort of adding on to our frog hops from earlier. You can walk all of this just like so. All right, so you don't need to hop at all to really work hard. Out, in, forward, back. Woo, now we're cooking with grace. Out, in, forward, back. Out, in, forward, back. Out, in, last one. Hold the plank. Side plank. Left hand down, right arm up, breathe. If you want to lower your bottom knee, do that. If you want to come to the forearm, do that. Holding. And then maybe an arc over, opening the side body. Reach up, full plank, and then other side. So whichever side you haven't done, just take it to that opposite side. Maybe put the lower knee down. You have the option to come to the forearm. Feet could be staggered or stacked. And down. Okay, downward dog, soften out the neck. Walk your fingertips back to your feet. We're gonna take our big leap forward, swing the arms, and hop forward. And then fast feet here. Fast feet, like those football feet, right? Woo. Create that heat. Really harness that. Even faster, even more, even more. 3, 2, 1, inhale, reach up. Did a little hop there. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale fully, and sigh it out, shake it out. All right, 1 minute and 13 seconds. We're gonna add to our hops. Hands underneath you. You're gonna hop to the side, back. Bent knees, so start small, start close, hopping. This is sort of taking a hop and marrying it with that twist we did earlier. If you can, start to pick up the distance between your hop back and your hop to the side. Out. Remember, this can all be walked and back. Step, step back, okay? So hopping is always optional, and if it's bothering your joints, you need to step in the same fashion. No hops, 30 seconds.
stay with it. Maybe decrease the amount of hops, or excuse me, the distance, or add your walking. 15 seconds, hold in your plank pose. Option, forearm to hands. Forearm to hands. You can stay in your hold or even a knees down hold. 3, 2, 1. Jazz hands. You are done. Oh, so apparently the timer doesn't know we're done. Take a moment, come to a comfortable seat, and just witness the temperature of the body, the sweat of the body, the heart rate, what your focus is, the breathing coming in and out of the lungs. Now let whatever can soften, soften. I know that you are a very busy person. If you do have time to take some stretches, maybe some laterals here, opening your hips, opening your spine, maybe just some cat-cow. Whatever you can fit in that is a little more balancing to that super hard work we just did. I highly recommend that, and I have a lot of videos. I'll put some in the cards that might be really nice for this time. And please do check out my other videos if you liked this. The high intensity interval training plus yoga videos will probably be up your alley. And I thank you so much for being here and for working so hard. 10 minutes can seem a lot longer than 10 minutes, but now we get to reap the benefits of that work. Namaste.